Thank you all. Please be seated. Welcome to the White House. I'm sorry we're not out in the gardens today, but pretty good place to have a visit anyway, isn't it? The East Room. We're glad you're here. I want to welcome you as we honor some fine young stewards of our environment and to recognize their achievements. All of you have given your time and energy to preserving our natural spaces. You're setting such a fine example, and we appreciate the example. Today is our chance to tell you how proud we are of your good work. I want to thank Steve Johnson, who's the acting administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency. I put this good man's nomination in front of the United States Senate for a reason, because he's plenty capable of doing the job, and now is the time for the United States Senate to confirm him. I'm proud that his wife Debbie is here and Matt. I want to thank my friend Congressman Vito Fasella, who has joined us. Congressman, thank you for being here. We welcome all the EPA regional administrators, particularly those administrators from the great state of Texas. This week is National Volunteer Week, and we honor the 64 million Americans who volunteer and encourage others to join them. Since taking office, I have asked Americans to take an active role in serving their communities by dedicating 4,000 hours or 2 years over the course of their lives to helping others. In order to encourage people to help, I started the USA Freedom Corps, and that's a website to match potential volunteers with opportunities to volunteer at the local level. And if you want to find out more about the website, the USA Freedom Corps website, go to www.usafreedomcorps.gov. The 30 young men and women we honor here today in the White House answered the call to service. They know they have a responsibility to be citizens, not spectators, and that by serving a cause larger than themselves, the communities grow stronger. One of the greatest responsibilities in a free society is responsible stewardship of our natural environment. All of you have taken that duty seriously. You have set a clear and strong example, and you're inspiring others to do their part. Tomorrow I'm going to Tennessee in honor of Earth Day to help volunteers restore the trails at Cades Cove. Looking forward to getting my hands dirty. Looking forward to getting outside of Washington. As volunteers, you put your talents to good use. In Cairo, Georgia, you set up a science camp to promote recycling. In St. Paul, Virginia, you helped restore a newly named wetland and made it an outdoor classroom. In Oklahoma and California, you cleaned up debris around local creeks. You built nesting boxes to protect local birds in Staten Island, New York. You improved trout habitats in Hiram, Utah. You started a project for the Fender's blue butterfly in Salem, Oregon. You spearheaded a public education program to protect a stream near Cleveland, Ohio. You planted a beech tree at an elementary school in Middletown, Rhode Island, and you taught school children about groundwaters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Each of these acts touched a community, and together they are improving our nation. All of you are meeting your responsibility to our country's natural spaces, and our government is doing the same. America's air and water are cleaner today than they were in 2001. My budget for the coming year fulfills my commitment in 2001 to spend $4.9 billion over 5 years to improve our national parks and to make our parks more inviting and accessible to all Americans. We're implementing the Clear Skies rule to cut power plant emissions by 70%. Under the Farm Bill I signed in 2002, we will provide $40 billion over 10 years to help our farmers and ranchers protect wetlands, water quality, and wildlife habitats. I've pledged to restore, improve, and protect 3 million acres of wetlands over the next 5 years. To safeguard our forests and woodlands against fire damage, I signed the Healthy Forest Restoration Act. And since I took office, the Departments of Interior and Agriculture have removed hazardous fuels from more than 10 million acres of federal land. Across America, we're working with state and local governments to accelerate the cleanup and redevelopment of old industrial sites. We're working hard to improve our environment, and so are you. Each of you here today has worked hard. You've been idealistic in the right way, and you've been dedicated. I know your parents are proud of you. Your communities are proud of you, and so is your president. So it is now my great honor to welcome the 2005 winners of the President's Environmental Youth Awards. Acting Administrator will do the duties.
Thank you, sir. Mr. President, thank you very much for your remarks, and thank you so much for hosting this event here, a very special occasion. Well, I'd like to begin and to recognize this year's award recipients. The first recipient, Megan Larkham. Megan, would you come up, please? Megan is from Middletown, Rhode Island. Megan's project, Putting the Forest Back into Forest Avenue, included teaching a group of students of Forest Avenue Elementary School the significance of both Earth Day and Arbor Day, leading an event that the entire school could participate in, and helping to educate the community about preservation of the environment, and by displaying student artwork with environmental themes. Please join me again in congratulating Megan. James Quadrino, Jr. James is from Saving Staten Island's Cavity Nesters. He attends Elias Bernstein School in Staten Island, New York. Yeah. James built and maintains a nest box trail at Mount Loretto Park. Because of James' efforts, American kestrels, barn owls, eastern bluebirds, and wood ducks have found James' nesting boxes welcome homes for nesting. Please join me again in congratulating them. Tima Stonowa of St. Paul High School in St. Paul, Virginia. Come on up. These high school students, with guidance from Mrs. Teresa Wenzel, has transformed Lake Estonoa from a dangerous mosquito-infested swamp into an outdoor classroom for the St. Paul community, with walking trails and a wide variety of vegetation, a dock, and even a sanctuary for birds. The team plants and maintains the entire area. Their motto explains their mission. Remember when you were young and you thought you could change the world? We are. Please join me in congratulating them. From Georgia, the Cairo High School Science Club and Biology students, Environmental Issues Outreach Program. Come on up. Well, this team of students decided last year to focus on local environmental issues. The first activity was to sponsor a wildlife program for all the school's biology classes. The second activity was a Saturday science camp for students in kindergarten through the 5th grade, with a focus on recycling. And the third activity focused on local water quality concerns, specifically the Ocklackney River. Please join me again in congratulating this team. The next individuals, Caroline McMullen, Angela Primbus, and Amanda Weatherhead. Please come on up. Caroline, Angela, and Amanda. Well, this team of students decided to form Save Our Stream because they believed that more should be done to save the reproducing populations of brook trout in Chesterland, Ohio. The students have mounted a sophisticated public education campaign focused on reducing non-point source pollution, such as runoff containing lawn fertilizer, vehicle cleaning, and oil wastes. The trio also acted directly to preserve the brook trout by nurturing pregnant fish at a school hatchery and then releasing fingerlings into the streams. Please join me again in congratulating them. Heather Dornan. Heather, come on up. Heather is representing the team of student volunteers that she led at Del City High School in Del City, Oklahoma. The Water Watch program worked on water quality issues on the Crutcho Creek and developed the Eagle Point outdoor classroom. Not only are the science classes using this outdoor classroom, but the fine arts and creative writing classes are taking advantage of the sites as well. Heather's teacher, Gail Loving, is also with us today. Please join me in congratulating them. Allison Lien. Well, Allison is from the Human Elementary School in Lincoln, Nebraska, and she's been involved in many groundwater-related activities and events. Through her participation in science fairs and competitions, Girl Scout events and community activities, and even in her free time, Allison has enhanced many people's understanding of groundwater at her school and her community. Please join me again in congratulating her. Well, students from South Cache 8 through 9 Center in Hiram, Utah, come on up. Well, this group of students examined the impacts of urban sprawl and found ways to improve the environment for the community as well as for wildlife. The students wanted to establish and restore wildlife habitat around their school and at other locations in the community. The habitat projects included such student activities as installing winter feeders for pheasant and grouse, improving trout habitat, monitoring water quality in the Little Bear River, and establishing a Utah native plant heritage garden. Please join me in congratulating this team. All the way from California, Chino Hills High School student, Scott Elder. Scott? Well, Scott lives near Hickory Creek, a small stream in a nature park. For Scott, the creek became both a laboratory for studying water pollution and an opportunity to serve his community. His project focused on monitoring and cleaning up Hickory Creek. To carry out his project, Scott used bioassay methods at 16 locations along the creek, conducting several tests to come up with the best solutions for further cleanup and restoration of the creek. Please join me in congratulating him. And our last team comes all the way from Salem, Oregon. Alyssa Foster and Amber Urban of Grant Community Middle School in Salem, Oregon. Alyssa and Amber are representing Saving the Fender's Blue Butterfly. This project was created by 30 sixth grade students and involved learning about different environmental issues, including local endangered animals, and then focusing on the native and endangered Fender's blue butterfly. Please join me in congratulating Alyssa and Amber one more time. We're through.
Listen, thank you all for coming. We're proud to have you here in the White House. I want to welcome and congratulate our students. Again, I really want to welcome your parents, too. You've done a good job, and I want to thank your teachers. Teaching is a noble profession. We hope you enjoy the White House as much as Laura and I do. God bless you all. Welcome.